Hello. You know what they say? New year, new gear. Maybe. That's what I'm saying anyways. Welcome to 2026, and welcome to the Mr. 50mm YouTube channel. As you can see, I have a box of Pampers on my lap. And in that box, there are cameras. And for a bit of context, I was out and about on the interweb looking through the local ads, and I found someone advertising a smattering of cameras for 70 Canadian dollar dues. And they said that some of them are working, some of them aren't, and there was an image of just a bunch of random cameras lying there. And so I thought, let's see what I can get for 70 bucks. And so when I went to go pick it up, I was greeted with a box of Pampers stuffed to the brim with cameras. And now, together, we're gonna have a look and see what I got. And maybe I'll speak with better cadence. Or not, I don't know. All right, let's get into it. Okay, so we're gonna kind of go into this into two groups, digital and not digital. I have already looked through the box, just in case you were wondering. And I've already determined what is generally working and what generally isn't, or what needs to be tested. So first, I got this. Is a Kodak EasyShare Z700. Yeah, this one's kind of weird. I did try to plop batteries in it, and it powered up for a second and then didn't. I actually got to try another set of batteries. I don't know if that's just the batteries that I picked up were no good, but it is just a little point and shoot. It seems pretty interesting. There is a tunnely viewfinder, and interestingly, it is kind of offset. Like this hole here does not line up with the hole there. So I am kind of curious about this camera. Will we do a review on this? Probably not. But I am interested to find out more. All right, next we have a Sony A230. This is one of the 10 megapixel droppers, and it is actually functioning just fine. It did come with a lens. It actually did not come with a battery, but I had a battery from my A390, which, as you may know, I did not really fancy. Mainly because this was one of the cameras in the era when Sony was trying to figure out, what are human hands? What are they supposed to, how do they work, and what is comfortableness when it comes to designing hand grips? They didn't know. It took them a while to figure it out, and this A230 is in that series of cameras where they were trying to figure out the human hand. All right, put that down. Ugh. Ugh. Oh boy. All right, so I'm gonna move that out of the way. Okay, so the next one is this. This is a Nikon D3000. It's quite interesting. This is, I believe, Nikon's last CCD-enabled DSLR. After this camera, everything went full CMOS. And I think that was in 2009 for Nikon. That wasn't the last for DSLRs in general, but it was the last for Nikon. All right. I think that's it for digital. I'm now going to put the box down because I'm sure you have had enough looking at Pampers, but also it's heavy and I would like to not have it on my lap. So we'll do the rest of the video with the box on the ground. Okay, now that the box on the ground, I can actually get closer to the camera as well. And next up, this is actually what I saw in the ad that I really wanted. It was a Canonet QL19. And this is a bit of a sad story. So as of recording this video, it's only really been about 36 hours since I picked up this batch of cameras. And when I got the QL19, it was and is kind of in rough-ish shape. The aperture did not close and open properly, which I did end up fixing. Let's have a look. All right, can you see? All right, whoop, you can see it is stopping down, and opening up. Hopefully you can see it. I'll try to turn it. So that ended up just needing a bit of IPA. And that wasn't too bad. Opening it up and getting to there from the front wasn't the worst. But then I had to also try to figure out if the meter was working. And that's where things got really dicey. So I did take out I opened up the battery compartment and I realized that the previous battery had probably been in there for at least a couple decades. And it had done the damage. I took the rear plate off this camera and realized that quite a bit of the positive terminal was in bad shape. It was bad enough that I believe the wire that was connecting to that terminal plate was just straight up gone. And there wasn't enough wire for me to easily solder on a new bit and double check if the meter is actually alive. So at one point I will disassemble this more completely and see if I can get this going. Because I really want a Canonet. I have had a bunch of these in the past and not a single one of them has ever worked. This is the most functioning one I've had yet. So as of now, as far as I can tell, the shutter works, the aperture now works, and it works fine as a full manual camera, but I do like having a more automatic camera. This is otherwise a shutter priority camera, so if I can get the meter working, all great. If not though, I'm actually pretty happy with just having this with a dead meter, and let's have a quick listen. Oh, the self-timer's on. All right, it was on for apparently a second. All right, let's try it again. It's a silent camera. It is awesome. So yeah, I really hope I can get the meter working on it, but if it doesn't, not a massive deal. Okay, next thing, okay, this one is pretty neat. So this is a box, but the box isn't the neat thing. It's what it says on top of the box. I don't know if you can see it because it is just embossed in leather, but it says TopCon. And what it is this, a TopCon Uni. This is a very, very weird camera. It is an SLR. I cleaned it up for this video because I thought it looked super cool. But the lens comes out like this. And the lens itself actually is very weird because the aperture is housed on the body, not on the lens. And as such, it's really weird. The controls on the camera are all on what you would normally associate with the lens barrel. So I know you can get this on other cameras, again, like the Canonet has controls like this, but it's just weird to see it on a interchangeable lens SLR. But as far as I can tell, this also works fully. So the shutter goes, the meter works. I did have to actually 3D print an adapter to put in a 1.5 volt, and I know it's like 1.15 volt higher than it should be. I will double check it against an actual meter to see how wonky it is, but for the most part the needle moves and it appears to be fairly accurate. And yeah, let me just show you some of the weirdness of this thing. So this is the shutter. I don't know if it's gonna get it all in frames. It does move kind of fast, and we are I think at 24 frames, but let's see. You get that? That is a weird movement. And the nice thing about this kit is that it came with two lenses. So I have the standard 53. Oh, you saw the 100 f4, but there is also a 53 f2. So I am excited to actually shoot this, put some rolls through, because this is a very interesting SLR. I've never seen an SLR that use this style of shutter. It is apparently a Seiko shutter, so that's kind of neat. That also came with a mini tripod. This is also very cool. Classic Bakelite device. And let's just, so the feet come out, they fold down, and you screw that back into the base. And now you have a mini tripod. Isn't that cool? And I think it telescopes. Does it? All right, it does not telescope up. My bad. But that is otherwise a pretty neat mini tripod design. I like it. All right, back in the box you go. But yeah, so a review of the TopCon Uni is 100% gonna happen probably this year. Okay, that's going down. Oh, hair light. Oh no. All right, what other one? Oh, right. I put this one out here. Okay, and we also got this. This is also one that is more or less working fine. It is a Minolta X700. Again, loaded up with batteries, gave it a bit of a cleanup. Things appear to be pretty good. And this is, it's a normal film SLR. I do like it, so maybe this will get a review. Everything in the finder looks nice. The meter is good, like I said. The lens is the 50f2. I do actually already have one of these. Mine has the purple rewind knob that I 3D printed because it had broken when I got that one. But yeah, this one is in good shape. It just was dirty when I got it. And I think when it comes to things that I like and things that are functioning, that is it. So we will move on. Okay, so now we're gonna be talking about the cameras that are broken or the ones that are less desirable by me. And the first one we're gonna go through is this. This is the Mamiya ZE. This kind of breaks my heart because I am usually all up in the Mamiya lifestyle. Unfortunately, you might have seen that is a pretty bad impact right there, and I suspect this is partly what's causing some of the problems with this. So I did load this up with brand new batteries, and I noticed that it would not fire at any speed other than whatever one speed it was at. Whether it was on bulb, whether it was on the flash sync, whether it was on auto, all one speed. The meter would also constantly just tell me that everything was going to be overexposed and wanted to jam the shutter speed all the way up, no matter what setting I put it on. If I put it on ISO film speed 12 and stopped it down to f16 and shot it in this doom bunker of a YouTube recording area, it would still say, hey, we gotta go to 1/1000th shutter at your f16 on your ISO 12 film. So this is likely going to be relegated into a display piece, which will be probably somewhere back here. So you'll see it, maybe a lot. All right, what is next? Okay, next we got this. This is a Polaroid Land 120, and it's actually in pretty good shape. But if you know about these, you know that they no longer make this pack film, which is very sad because the Fuji version of it was very good. And it's less than 10 years ago that it got discontinued, but this will likely also end up being a display piece or maybe a project. Because I do still have my Land 180 that I was working on to make it digital, and things went a bit awry. So this may end up being used parts-wise to assist that. Yeah, if you didn't know, the 180 had a bunch of interchangeable parts with other Land cameras. The 180 is the one that has the fancy Tomioka lens that's, I think, f4.5 127mm. It's very nice. But again, no ability to shoot the actual pack film anymore, so alternatives must be found. Okay. Next, we have a case, and I actually believe this one's just got stuff in it. So this is supposed to have a land 100 in there. It does not. What I do got is these awesome explodey. Does this start? Nope. These flash bulbs. These straight up explode. They're awesome. And I have also a roll of movie film. Super 8 cassette. It is unopened. I should pop this in. I don't know if I need to pop it. I feel like it's been out in a room for a decade. I'll pop it in the fridge anyways. That is actually cool. Oh, noises. Okay, we have another Bell and Howell case. I actually think this one, okay, this one has flashes, and it has another thing of film. Kodachrome 2, color movie film, and this one's empty though, but the box is cool. So this will likely be a prop behind me. All right, down with the leather cases. I apologize if there's a lot of noisiness that happens every time I do that. I also apologize if you are seeing the hairlight as I dip my head down to pick up a thing. Okay. Next, oh boy. Polaroid 600. The classic one that you may remember from the 90s. These are very cool. This will likely be a prop. I do generally like these. Actually, we'll see. There might be a project or two where I extract the optic and put it somewhere. We will see. Maybe I can make it into a medium format lens on the GFX. That would be hilarious. Yeah, that might be something with this. Okay. We also got a bunch of Super 8 cameras. This one has definitely seen better days. Yeah, I think it's missing the battery compartment thingy on the bottom. Okay, another Polaroid. The Frontour RF. All right. Wait, what? Oh, this is cool. This works. Yeah, this actually, all right, this is very cool. So this is an actual rangefinder. I actually had no idea that they had a Polaroid rangefinder, well, these style boxy range. I know there's, yeah, the the 220 that I held up, that's a rangefinder. I had no idea they had these full-on plastic ones as a rangefinder. That's actually awesome. All right, and this, now I want to figure out what to do with this, because that's cool. I know you might be thinking, why not buy Impossible film? Because it's expensive. That's why. All right. Okay, and the next one is a Land Model B. So this one is, oh, that might come out very loud on the mic. This is extremely dirty. It is kind of gummed up. Opening and closing things is a bit harsh, and I can see that there's rusty bits on stuff. As you can see, there was a roll of film in there. I suspect that is 100% dry, and maybe what's causing some of the gumming up of the bits. Some of that old film juice getting out and onto things. So that is, I don't know what's going to happen with this one, because it is, many things need to be forced to get this open. But we will see. Okay. All right, there's more Super 8 stuff. And okay, oddly, a lot of these cameras, so this one doesn't, but this one there is still movie film in here. Some of these may end up being developed if I can find a place to do it for not $1 million. There's a bunch of stray, flashy bits. Okay. There are these little box cameras, which are interesting. This one is it's a brownie. It is missing the bottom. So this, I think, I will actually try to disassemble and extract the, I assume, plastic optic and do something with it. All right, my lap is now full of stuff. Okay. Next, we got a Calamar A. This is a 35mm camera, and everything on here is gummed up. So this needs everything. I cannot turn the focus ring. I cannot change the aperture or shutter. It's all gummed. So I don't know when I'll get to this, but this will require considerable cleaning and possibly disassembly and work. Yeah. But I do kind of have hope for this because this is an interesting kind of camera, and I am kind of willing to put in some effort to see if we can get this functioning. If not, I may do what I did with some other stuff and pop the entire front out and see if I can make it an E-mount lens. We'll see. All right, we're now getting to the bottom. Next, we have another brownie, the Brownie Holiday Flash with a Dacon lens. This is made in, this is made at home. Made in Canada by Canadian Kodak Co. Limited. Neat. This does work. I mean, it's got a, I think, single spring shutter thingy, which I believe is like 1/30th or 1/80th of a second. Something like that. And I think that is it. There's no other controls. There's no focus. It's focus free. And I believe this is a meniscus style like lens thingy. It's a 6x6 film. I will probably not be running 6x6, or I won't be running a roll of medium format through this, but who knows? This may also become a project where I, again, maybe make it into a lens for another system. Okay, all right. We're now, oh boy, we're now really at the bottom. So we got a Instamatic X15. Oh boy. All right. And an Instamatic 400. That is a camera. And these are less gooey than the other Instamatics that I had prior. I would like to open the back of this. All right, I'll figure that one out. I'm not sure what to do with these Instamatics. I know someone had mentioned I should get or make or get the 35mm adapter to put some film through there. I'm still kind of debating. I do not know if these are actually good cameras. I'll have to look it up. If they are, this might be worth an exploration, but I'm not massively motivated to use these kind of focus-free cameras. But we'll see. We will see. It comes with a strap though, which is kind of nice. Oh, here we go. That is a compartment. All right. Interesting. All right. Well, the only other thing that's in the box now is like leather half cases and like random flashes. So I think that's it. Yeah, let me know what you think was the most interesting camera of the bunch. I still think it's got to be the Canonet or the Topcon. I really wish that Canonet meter was working, but as it stands, I'm still pretty happy with this haul of new gear for the new year. Yeah, let me know which one you think is the best or which one you want a video on. Yeah. If there's enough people that kind of voice a request, I'll try to give it a go. If it's for one of the 8mm cameras, maybe not. But for anything else, I could give it a go. Yeah. Otherwise, that's all I got. Till next time, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, maybe a super thanks if you're into that. Bye. Okay, before we go, I just want to show you one thing. I was packing up the stuff after I did the recording, and I opened this up for curiosity, just to see if the film pack was still in there, and it was. And I did this. I took the pack out. Just wanted to see if there's any film left. Dropped it back in. Closed it. This battery still has juice. I mean, yeah, there's no film in there, but that's nuts. That's crazy, right? All right, that's all. All right, now I'll cut that in somewhere.